Namaste and welcome back to Awakened Heart Yoga with Premaloka. So today we're going to carry on with the Pawanmuktasana series that I started. Yesterday we did Pawanmuktasana 1, which is the anti-rheumatic series, and today we're going to move on to Pawanmuktasana 2, which is the digestive and abdominal series, and then another time we'll do 3, the Shakti Bandhas. So I did explain a little bit about what Pawanmuktasana is yesterday, so you can have a look into that video at some stage. But they are a very powerful and useful series of asanas that are unfortunately overlooked because often overlooked because they're quite subtle, and these days more people are being drawn towards the more dynamic yoga postures out there. But these are an incredibly good base for any yogi, and the beauty about them is that they're very inclusive and can be done by almost anybody. They help to free the body of any blockages of energy or prana within and promote free-flowing healthy energy within the body and the mind. They send, because they are quite relaxing and flowing in that, and you're connecting deeply to your breath, they send relaxing impulses through to the brain that help to relax the mind and therefore help with any dis-ease or diseases. So it's a powerful group of asanas, and today you'll notice that they concentrate on building up strength and working the abdominal area, and therefore working deeply on our digestive system. So they are great for anyone suffering around with any problems digestively, as well as really good strengthening practice for your core, which in turn helps you to protect your back. And they are extremely good base for us to practice before we go on to perform any asanas. If we could, it would be great to be able to do them prior to our practice every day. Anyway, we're going to start, so I'm going to ask you to come to lay in Shavasana. We'll connect with our breath. So the legs are apart and the feet are splayed out to the side, and the arms are away from the outside edges of the body. The thumb and forefinger joined, and we'll just spend the next little while connected to our breath, deeply flowing inhalations and exhalations. Throughout the practice, we keep on coming back to this deep connection with our breath, breathing in and out. As you continue to connect with the breath, I'll just tell you a little bit more about this series. You'll notice that with Pawanmuktasana 1 there was a lot of concentration and focus on the joints as well as obviously the muscles around them. This practice here, you'll notice a lot more focus on the muscle group, and so strengthening and lengthening, and they actually often remind me of a lot of Pilates poses. And if you've done Pilates, I'm sure that you'll agree as we move through. We won't be doing everything in Pawanmuktasana 2, but we'll do a fair few, and you'll be able to get a good feel for them. So anyway, I'm going to ask you to now turn your palms after the next exhalation down to the face down, and we're going to start with the first group of asanas, and these are simply a form of a leg lift. If you're having any weakness in your back at all, then you can always throughout this series have one leg bent and the foot pushing into the mat as a form of anchor or stabilization. Throughout the practice, the navel is drawn into the waist and towards the spine, to help you lock in your abdominal muscles to protect your back. Hands down to the mat, and we're simply going to start with a series of lifting the leg. So we'll start with the right leg. On the inhale, the foot is relaxed and we lift the leg up to as close as you can to a 90-degree angle, and we pause and we hold at the peak of the inhalation and we retain our breath. And then we lower. If it feels comfortable, you can lower with the flexed foot, or you can just lower with the foot relaxed, whatever feels good. And then we're going to move to the other side. We'll alternate today. You can just do them all on the same side and then move to the next side. Inhale, foot's relaxed, all the way up to the 90 or as close to it as you can. Pause at the peak of the inhalation, hold the breath, and then exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Draw the navel in, inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. We're going to do about 5 on each side. If you have more time, good to do a few more. In a longer sadhana, I do up to 10 a side. And coming to pause after you've done your 5. And we're going to move into double leg. If you don't feel up to doing double legs, then please feel free to just pause and connect with your breath. You can come from the double legs from the knees bent, which you'll find is less taxing on the back. You just draw the navel in and simply bring the legs up to where it feels comfortable and lower. But if you're feeling nice and strong, we'll start from both legs stretched out along the mat. Inhale, relax the feet, bring the legs up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, bring the legs up. Pause. Hold the breath at the peak of the inhalation. The navel is drawn into the spine. Keep the navel engaged. Exhale and lower. If there's any, if you'd like to go from reclining but you're still suffering with any sort of weakness in this area, then you can make your hands into this diamond shape and place them under the sacrum area, and this creates a very useful little anchor for you coming up. You'll notice if you try that it makes quite a difference. Inhale up. Exhale down. And if you're feeling particularly strong, then you can add the little challenge of bringing the arms back alongside the ears, and inhale up, pause, exhale slowly down, inhale up, exhale down. And I'll just show you one last thing, one last way that you can change the form of the asana, and that is to pause at different levels on the way up. And so take 3 or 4 breaths to come up and down. So you would inhale and pause at about a 45, even less, maybe a 30-degree angle. Pause and exhale. Inhale up to about a 60-odd degree angle. Hold, exhale, and then inhale up to the 90. Navel's drawn in, engage with the breath, and then when you need to exhale, slowly all the way back to the floor. So now we're going to move into some Pada Chakrasana, which are leg rotations. Once again, if you would like to, you can have one foot bent while we do these, and you can keep the circles as small or as large as you like. So inhale and draw the leg up to the 90-degree angle. We'll start with the right, and we just simply start to draw circles in the air with our big toe. Now if you're feeling like drawing large circles, you can, or even larger circles. Just draw the size of circle which suits you today. And once again, we'll just do between 5 and 7 in each direction. You'll pause at the top, and then you will move back in the opposite direction. And just let the breath flow spontaneously with each rotation. When you finish, you'll pause in mid-air and exhale to lower down to the mat. And we'll move to the other side, drawing the left leg up to the 90-degree. And when you're ready, starting off with your circles, they can start small and then start to grow bigger, or they can stay small. Remembering to move back into the opposite direction, remembering to keep the navel drawn in, engaged. Point through the toes or have the foot relaxed. And now we're going to do the same thing with both feet together. So you can come to this once again from your bent feet or your bent knees and lift, or you can simply draw the knees up. So if this you feel is a little too taxing on your back or your abdominal area, then please feel free to just continue with one side or the other, or rest. You can use your diamond underneath if you would like. So as if there is a rubber band around our ankles, and we'll just start drawing little circles, and they can get a little bigger. Pausing and moving in the opposite direction. Keep the navel engaged. Keep the upper body connected to the mat. And one more. Pause and lower the legs down and relax over into Shavasana. Bring your breath awareness to the abdominal area. Inhale, swell the belly. Exhale, release, navel drops back to the spine. Just 3 deep inhalations and exhalations. Turning the hands back down by the sides, and we're going to move into some Pawanmuktasana, which is cycling motions with the legs. And once again, feel free to have one of the knees bent as something to help to stabilize you, or extended. And we just raise. We're going to start again with the right. And we're just going to start cycling. So we lower down towards the mat, bend the knee, draw the knee all the way back towards the chest. And so just as if you were cycling a bike. Keep the opposite leg extended long and connected to the mat. And you'll pause halfway through and cycle in the opposite direction. Keep the navel engaged. Breathing spontaneously, nice, rhythmic, long inhalations and exhalations. And releasing. And we'll move to the other side. And then pause, and we'll move in the opposite direction. And one last one. And lowering back down. And we'll move into just a few with both legs together if that feels right. Otherwise, please relax in Shavasana. Come back to your navel and your full abdominal breath. Inhaling now, lifting the legs up to the sky. And then exhale as you start to cycle. Bring the knees as far as you can in towards the chest and the belly. Then we're going to go in the opposite direction. And relaxing back to Shavasana. Deep inhalations and exhalations here once again. Close the eyes, fully relax, let the prana flow in and out of the body in deep relaxing waves. And then we're going to draw the knees up, hug them into the chest, raise the nose up towards the inside of the knees. I do a lot of Supta Pawanmuktasana in a lot of my classes and in a lot of my videos, which are like leg locks. We're not going to do those today, but they are a an important part of this series. But we're going to move instead into your Premaloka, which is rocking and rolling. So drawing up now and just starting to, so holding on wherever it feels comfortable. You can hold on around the shins, the ankles, underneath the knees, the back of the thighs, wherever it feels comfortable. And we just start to rock and roll, giving the spine a nice full massage. Keep the navel drawn in. And popping back and laying down once again. So we're going to, before we end with a little twist, we'll do just a little Premaloka, the boat pose, which is also part of this series. And we won't do too much of it today, we'll just do a small extension. So remembering as we move into Premaloka, the boat pose, that when we come up, we're trying to bring the back and the legs up to reasonably equal distance off the mat. And as I said, we'll start nice and low, as you should with Premaloka, 15 to 30 centimeters off the mat. Bringing the hands up to either atop the thighs or just beside. And on the next inhale, draw the navel in and pop up. Cast the gaze out along the hands and the feet, and then exhale down. Nice and relaxing. Hold at the peak of the inhalation, and then exhale down. Come up a little bit higher. And a little bit higher again. And hold. And release. And we'll do that once more. Inhaling up. Release. And again. And again, and release. And relax. Shavasana, deep belly breaths. And we're going to end with a little twist today. So we'll just end with just one of the smaller twists in this series. And the idea is that we lower the knees down towards each elbow at each side, just as much as we feel that we can. We inhale and draw the knees in towards the chin, and then we exhale and drop the knees down towards one side. And as we do, we just gently turn our head in the opposite direction. Relax all the way down to the floor if that feels comfortable. Tuck the knees up towards the elbow. Draw the navel in, inhale all the way back to the center, and exhale all the way over to the other side. Pause and then relax the knees down. way back to center. And exhale and release. And come all the way back to Shavasana. And I'm going to ask you to relax into Shavasana. So simply connecting with your breath, the free flow of prana and energy now as it moves up and down the body. Be aware of having removed any blockages that may have been within the digestive system or the abdominal area, as well as the rest of the body. Be aware of the free flow of prana as it travels up and down the body, and feel deeply connected to your inhalation and your exhalation, and completely relax. All weight is leaving the body with each exhalation. The body feels lighter and lighter. It's simply relax into the support of the floor beneath you, relaxing into the support of the floor beneath you. Deep inhalations and exhalations. The body feeling completely relaxed, weightless almost, and warm. To acknowledge that the energy is high and flows unblocked within the body and in and out of the body. I'd like to ask you to spend as long as you can in Shavasana, connecting to your breath. When it is time for you to go, then just gently and quietly come back to your physical body and spend some time on the right side before coming up and moving on with your day. If you have time, it'd be great to do a separate pranayama or nidra vidya. And I'd just like to say, Hari Om Tat Sat, this series is now complete. Thank you for